We're ready.
We're ready. Real talk, no tea. Yes. NT. Auntie NT. Real talk, no tea.
So today on our episode, we are going to be talking about things to help models prepare for model calls and for being on set for a fashion show or like photo shoot.
Yes.
So for starters, we want to start out talking about your comp card.
Yes, it's important.
That's important. So throughout this, we will post some photos for you for comp cards for examples. But your comp cards are pretty simple. Comp cards need to have what they call digital photos. And
There's
chime in.
yes, so there's two separate, or there could be a few different types of comp cards. There can be your actual digital comp card, which is your digital is your contact information and your measurements. You can have a basic comp card where you can combine your digitals along with other pictures you've taken, whether it's photo shoots, fashion shows, promos, whatever. Those can be on there along with the same information, your measurements and your contact information.
So when we say digitals, break it down for the people so they can understand, what do you mean digitals? Because this may be a term that you may have never ever heard before in your life. What are digitals?
So what your digitals are, you can be in either all black, however that may be, whether it's a one-piece bodysuit, tank top and leggings, tank top and black jeans, or you can be in a white tank top or white shirt and form-fitted blue jeans. They also add in a portion where you need to be in a swimsuit. So there is some type of comfortability that you have to be in a swimsuit. It doesn't have to be a two-piece. It could be a one-piece. Doesn't have to be a thong bathing suit. It could definitely be briefs to cover your wooey. But that is part of your digitals. And that is also all black.
As far as shoes, you either need to be barefoot or you need to have on like your basic black heel or a nude or clear like basic at least like 3-inch, 4-inch heel. That is, if you're doing some professional shows, that's what they would at least require, a minimum of like a 3-inch heel.
And your hair.
And for the fellas, a plain black shoe, a dress shoe, plain black loafer would probably be preferred.
Or a low top black sneaker.
Yeah. And for the guys, you can do like basic black jeans or basic blue jeans and a t-shirt or a tank top for your digital photos. Pretty, just like a simple plain
basic,
where they will share imagine those photos are being shared to a designer and you kind of need to look like a blank canvas. So the basics are your all black and your white top and blue jeans.
Minimum to no makeup, or no makeup to minimum, however you want to flip it. For the love of God, please have your natural hair. I saw somebody's digitals a few weeks ago, and she had blue and blonde braids with black roots.
So yeah, you want to show your natural hair because again, this is for the show producer or the designer to see what you look like as a canvas. And they're trying to imagine, what can be done with your hair if they're doing a particular hair piece for the look for their production. So those are your digitals. If you are doing the type of comp card where you're using both digitals and other photos, then yeah, add in your other photos,
creativity,
and things like that. If you're trying to like capture like 4 or 5 photos of different options of different ways that you can look, and about anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 photos is going to be enough. You can go places like Canva.
Yes.
And literally type in model comp card and there is
Templates.
a template for you where you can just plug and play your photos.
CapCut
Yeah,
As well, yeah.
CapCut
as well.
Yeah, or just Google
Yeah.
model comp cards
And it'll
and
give you
create it
example.
in whatever
Mhm.
app that you use.
Well, there's actually a model group that is titled "How to Use CapCut for Your Modeling Needs." I don't even know where it's at. Like I skimmed by it so quick, and I went back and went there.
Where's the group at?
It's on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was I don't even know, like it popped up and I was doing something, I went back and of course it's gone.
You
But
can probably
find it, yeah.
within CapCut itself if you search. Yeah.
but I was
Probably
like,
hashtag
oh, I
something that you
said there's a
search
group to
modeling.
help you, to help everybody to make their comp card so there's no excuse. But y'all still gonna find one.
If you don't know, ask somebody.
Yeah, if you're not aware of what kind, if you are going to submit to a show or you're gonna go to a model call and they say bring a comp card and you don't know what a comp card is and this information has not helped you, it would probably be in your best interest to reach out to someone and say, what is a comp card? Do you have an example? You can email the show. They probably wouldn't have a problem sending you an example of a blank comp card.
If you wanna be somebody and if you wanna go somewhere, you have to wake up and pay attention.
And you also need to do your research.
Do your
What's going on with
research.
all this?
A lot of the shows in this area, if you are doing shows in the greater Greensboro, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Virginia areas, some of the show producers actually post comp cards when they are promoting their model calls and things like that. So do your research. As far as your measurements,
Yes.
you need your basic measurements to appear on your comp card. That's going to include, for the women, that's going to include your bust.
Amen.
For your women and the men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So like bust,
That's
waist.
going to include your bust or chest area, your waist, your hip area.
For guys, it's your outseam, your inseam.
Yes, your inseams. And
Waist.
you can include your shoe size,
Mm-hmm. Hair color and
hair-
eye color.
hair and eye color.
Because believe it or not, those things make a difference when they're picking people for their garments and their more creative lines.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So those are your basic measurements that you need to include. If you have other measurements, like for example, if you know your waist to knee or waist to floor
Or your
and
neck.
things like that, or your neck
Yes,
measurements,
circumference, your
it's good
wrist.
to have those so that when you do meet your designers, whether they put you in a group chat, message you, or when you go to, rehearsal or whatever, and you meet them, if they ask you if you have those, then, you can just provide those to them.
So a real easy tidbit, because we don't want you coming out here and going and getting yourself some measuring tape and saying, "Mama, measure me." Ooh, no, we want it done professionally to help you yourself out. So I highly recommend going to like a bridal world or and just tell them, yeah, I need to be fitted for a gown. For fellas, say I need to be fitted for a tux or a suit. They have cards with literally all of the measurements on there, and you can just bloop, copy it on over to your comp card, copy it all over to your portfolio, your website, all the things that you would need for your model career.
And it's not too much trouble because these places are in the shopping malls and the malls that you frequent.
And speaking of malls, I was going to say also go to Dillard's.
Yep.
Fellas and ladies too, you can say, hey, I just need to get some measurements, and they'll be happy for free.
A lot of the designers that are in the shows that you're doing, a lot of them don't mind taking your measurements. Just ask them, can I get my measurements taken? So you want to, and keep in mind to keep your measurements up to date. If you go through drastic weight loss or drastic weight gains, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But you need to update your comp card if that is the case, because you don't want to be providing. I have been on set before with designers where they were provided a comp card and then the model show up, baby,
15 pounds heavier.
But I would also like to say,
Did you take these measurements before you gained your freshman 15 5 years ago? Because
I have a short story to share.
Oh.
Back in my budding modeling career time, hobby, bucket list, I was being fitted for a designer, and the designer themselves, they were just like, oh, well, what size do you typically wear? What's your waist? And when I told them, as he is measuring me, he looks up and is like, the look of cringe on his face, like, ooh. And I was a 32. And he cringed. And then as he's measuring my thighs, he's just, oh. So I literally had to sag the pants. And luckily there was an overgarment that hung down, over the waist to hide it. But yeah, it wasn't going up over the thighs. And I was just, and I was a lot smaller than I am now. So I was just like, wow. But fabric is expensive, so.
I've had designers to flip-flop my measurements, and the outfit didn't fit, because it didn't even come over my butt. I said, girl, you gotta account for the hips. I said, the butt is the easier part. It's the hips you gotta get me. You gotta get past all of this. Right. Yeah, and it didn't move, and they got the numbers mixed up, so.
Yeah, so measurements can make a big difference because it can come down to show day, and you may not
make
be
or break
able to
you
walk.
walking.
Because if your measurements are completely off, then they may not have something else that can fit you. Also, on your comp card, you need to make sure that you are using clear, professional photos.
Not the ones from your phone, not the ones TT and them took of you at the rodeo
Not
last
your
night.
Snapchat photos with the filter.
No.
Oh, filtered photos on a comp card?
Seen it.
Watched
Happens.
it.
Does.
Blasphemy.
Is some of them walking around with... Some of y'all got them comp cards walking around with them right now.
With filters?
All filters. I've seen a kid comp card
Taking
where
out your
it
phone.
had her... It had the little girl who was the model, her mom, and her dad in it.
Was it a family affair modeling thing?
No, it was it was a family picture on the little girl's comp card.
Why?
Like for the Christmas family picture?
Uh-huh.
I thought you do better than that. Do your research. Look it up. Ask somebody.
It's not hard. I mean,
That's a lot.
It's you can literally
No.
Google comp cards and everything is gonna pop up.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah, clear professional photos, and then also make sure you include your best contact information. I've seen this happen. If you are someone who that phone gets cut off sometimes,
They
don't
debut?
don't use that number on your comp card. Email address will be fine. Email. If you have social media, you can put your social media information on your comp card.
Right.
But you should understand that if you provide your social media on the comp card, you have now opened yourself up to ask the show producers and the designers to visit your social media pages.
And scroll through everything.
Some of you need to clean up your social media pages.
Is it dirty?
It doesn't even, and not necessarily even dirty. I mean, just
The plates that they be cooking in the kitchen trying to sell for $10 with the collard greens and the macaroni and cheese and the
I
yams
mean,
and
just
the
you
chicken.
know, some things are not.
You don't want
Some things are not necessary. We
Yeah.
don't need to see you, standing on top of a car
with money all
twerking to Sexy Red.
Oh,
Get
on a model
sexy.
page?
Everybody doesn't have a model page, so maybe that's something else that we should add in.
Okay.
It is a good idea if you do not already to have a separate model page that is separate from your personal page where you post your personal life.
Correct. But I did hear once, somebody did coach me and tell me, some designers and fashion bigwigs and things like that, they do want to see that you have a personality, because in the climate that we are in today, a lot of these social media influencers or stuff, they are being plucked to be models. So yeah, they want to see
Right.
that you are a person.
Yeah.
You're just not.
Yeah, so there's
the
nothing
time.
wrong with your behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and you know, we post our behind the scenes from our shows all the time, singing and dancing and acting
And
a
things
fool.
about your life as well
And,
too. But
yeah.
as long as it is a high level type,
Yes, let's clean it up.
Clean it up.
Let's clean it up. There's, you know,
When I messed up.
Hey.
you know, you have to think about things like when you have, I mean, just think about celebrities and like athletes, and when they get endorsement deals with certain companies and things like that, how they, you know, some of them have to go back and clean up their social media because they have to stop posting certain things, or
Right.
some of like
Part of the
some
contract.
of them don't allow you to use curse words. Like it just depends. You know, they send you something to promote an item, and they say you can't use any curse words in promoting this item, or you can't use certain music in your background, or whatever the case may be. So just kind of keep those things in mind. Have a personality.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we all got big personalities.
Keep it cute.
But keep it cute.
Puppies are cute.
Keep it cute.
Kitties are cute too.
Y'all are nuts. All right, so that's it. Do y'all have anything else about comp cards? All right.
Oh, just one last little bit. You know, when you go to networking events and things of that nature, like Crystal and Sabrina were telling you all, the information that you put on there, make sure the way that you can get in contact with, like they said, you can be contacted that way. So if you go to these networking events and you just toss all of my comp cards in the air for everyone to just pick up and grab, you got to make sure that you are able and make sure that you know, like, hey, you can't just have somebody reach out, hey, is this such and such? Who this? Well,
Right.
You broadcasted your whole phone number on there so that they could get in touch with you.
Email. Please don't let it be I give 0 bloops at gmail.com, or I am sexy and I knew it at yahoo.com, or come get this at AOL.com. No,
Absolutely not.
that would get your I've seen comp cards go in the trash.
Straight like garbage. Based on what the information that
Was no, right. They
Okay.
didn't even look at the pictures. They started at your contact information, and they said, you know what? And
Your
they might
social
have
media handle name.
Ooh. Hello. You wanna be
Sabrina.
able to be
I give
found.
0 bleeps. Whoople. No.
No.
What did your mama name you? Or your
No.
grandma? Or whoever named
what
you.
is your professional model name? And if you don't have one, you need to think of what it's going to be.
What's the name on your
Either
birth certificate?
it's going to be the name on your birth certificate, or you need to come up with your own brand name or slogan. You know, Queen Bee Waving, the Crystal Alexis,
And also have
Christopher
Sabrina
Brown the
on.
model. You know, have your, you know, something professional that if they ask you to stand up. I have been at a model call where at the end of the runway in front of the panels, they're like, and what's your email address?
You're saying this out loud. You can't whisper. Because there's a panel. So everybody got to hear you.
Can you spell that?
P-U.
Ooh.
We just
So
saying.
just think, if you are in question about whether or not your email address or your social media handle is appropriate, imagine yourself standing in front of a panel of people announcing it to a room.
That's how you gonna stand before Tyra, Naomi Campbell, and Tyson
I was
Beckford.
rooting for you!
That's what your name? Oh.
Because Tyra's going to throw that.
Tyson gonna look at you just like that with them eyes.
But listen, if this is a hobby for you, disregard everything we have just said.
Right. Just do and live your life.
No, if this is a hobby for you and you think that you're going to get casted in these shows, then you need to get your life together. Don't be coming in here being disrespectful because it's wasting the time of the other people who are doing this for real, taking up all the space and the time.
It's just like Sunday's Best, where they have to throw in the little hitters every now and again to get to the good people. It's all right. We need a little content in your entertainment.
So that's all that we have on the comp cards. So you need your comp cards to be prepared to attend a model call. So let's talk about your preparation for said model calls.
So you definitely want to bring your comp cards with you
Yes.
as well too.
Have your comp cards on hand with you.
Unless stated that you should email them in and you don't have to bring them.
If you've already, depending on if you had to register for the show and you've already submitted photos or submitted comp cards and they said that you don't need to bring them, then whatever. But it's always a good idea anytime you're going to any type of model events, be it a show, be it a model call. If you may have the opportunity to do a little networking, have a little comp card, or have your digitals where they can scan, your QR code or whatever to take you to your pages and things like that. Some people ask for websites, so just for your information, if you don't have an actual website where you're like paying for a domain, you can always use if you are using a professional Instagram, provide your Instagram link. And if you are using Caviar, Caviar also has a website link, and it will take you directly to your Caviar
For
page.
$9.99.
Yeah, it'll take
monthly or yearly.
It is monthly.
Even if you're using the free one, you can get the link.
I don't think it has all the other features though of uploading, does it? Cause mine didn't.
The regular link will take you to your main Caviar page that just shows your bio and your photos. So you get a different link. But I'm just saying, if you're not paying for anything at all, there is something that you can use for free. So just to put it out there, I know that modeling can be expensive for some people. Getting the photos, doing photo shoots, all that kind of stuff. So if you're just need something, if you get a basic Caviar account that's free, the link to your actual profile page with your name and information and a couple of photos of yourself, you can use that link. If you're paying, it has more options that comes with your link.
It separates that main page from an actual website.
So, dressing for the model call.
Yes.
You need to pay attention to what the show producers are telling you to wear to the model call.
I.e., if they ask you to wear a white, crisp blouse or dress shirt.
What t-shirt?
Crisp white. Do we not, unless you are colorblind, we definitely excuse you. But colors were learned in elementary school.
Preschool.
Reading is fundamental.
Read the fine print.
Why do you have on all black?
Why are you wearing beige? Dark skin, light skin, brown skin, beige, fluorescent beige.
Fluorescent beige.
I didn't know that was a fluorescent beige.
Never heard of that.
I've never
But
heard of
that's a
that.
Beyonce song. Comfortable in my skin, cozy with who I am. Cozy.
But yes, pay attention
Shout out to
to
T.S.
what.
Madison. I'm sorry. Yes, T.S. Madison. We love you, Maddie.
Pay attention to what the designer asks you to wear. If they or the show producer, either in the communication that they provide you when they send you the information for the model call, or on the flyer where they're promoting it, at some point they're going to say, wear this.
Mm-hmm.
If they say wear all black, you need to arrive in all black.
Not black with pink and green writing on the t-shirt.
Not ashy, gray, blackish jeans.
Not all black and you thought that your jacket was cute because it's pink and I'm gonna put my pink jacket on with my all black outfit. No, take the jacket off.
This
And
isn't
my lime
Grease.
green shades.
This ain't Grease. You are not one of the pink ladies. Take the jacket off.
Take the jacket off.
Because again, we are trying to give you all these tips because locally, they are very lenient But as you progress, when you go to these places, they will literally walk down the line and you thank you can get out of line, please.
They're
there's
not
no
even
conversation.
auditioning because you don't
Nope.
have on the proper attire. They
Right.
start because
Mhm.
in most people's opinion,
Mhm.
can you follow basic instructions?
Instructions.
The instructions told you to do X and you came in doing
Why?
Y.
They would literally
So why
call
are you
out
here?
the good people and just say anybody else left can leave. Seen it.
Heard it.
So get your life. If ladies, when selecting the heels that you're going to wear in the to the model call, keep in mind that they're going to have you walk
Multiple times.
in the heels. If you ain't never walked in these heels a day in your life, today is not the first day to have on the heels.
Now
If
would
the
not
heels-
be the time that you want to promote your brand new shoes that you bought last night for the model call. Sis, they are not broken in. You cannot walk in them. Might I suggest you wear something that you have walked in before, not that was purchased the day or night before.
Man, I want one in purple. Please don't get the shoes that you wear to the club on the places on the weekends. The ones that you walk like a little baby deer in. We don't want to see that on the runway.
No Bambi.
Because open up your stride.
If your shoes are leaning,
Lean with.
it's a
Lean with.
no. That means that heel is not sturdy enough to hold you up.
And you don't know what type of floor it's gonna be because once that heel gets stuck,
Yes.
And when they ask you to pose,
Your leg is
quivering and shaking and weebling and
shaking.
wobbling.
because
Your
we
body
see
fall
it
down.
when we sitting there watching you walk.
We see that.
We don't say nothing, but we
No.
see it.
We see it, and when we post our real compilations, we edit it out for your sake.
Throw you right out.
And so
You're
don't
not
get
being-
mad. We be like, I want it the real. You did not want to be seen in that capacity.
And also, again, we've said this before in previous podcasts. Throw the wedges away.
Burn them.
Kitten heels away.
Throw them
This
in the
is
trash.
not the time or the place.
No.
No.
Who?
Now, if it's like a really creative heel with a creative designer and
Yes.
the designer asks for some type of wedge, those funny wedge shoes.
I think you say
yeah.
no. Yeah, that has the white.
Then that would be the only case, but not to
They're
wear
not
them
gonna ask for that at the model
model
call.
Mm-mm.
They're gonna ask for that at the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if your designer wants something special, that's a conversation y'all done had. It's done been approved. But at the model call, you need to wear a comfortable heel that you have walked in. It's been broken in,
And you're
all of that is,
confident.
and have it. No, there's nothing wrong with having two. Because let me tell you my personal experience. So we're at the model call, right? I was cute with my little snake skin, little platform heels on, giving life for standard runway. Okay,
Yes.
industry runway. They call us to do personality. I'm walking and as I'm walking, I'm like not sure something's not right as I'm walking to the front. And I'm just like my heel feel funny, but like hurry up and get in place, right?
Yes.
And so I get back there and I step up against the wall and I'm like my foot twists off the side of the heel. I'm like, wait a minute. And I look and the strap across my heel had popped.
Mm.
I immediately took those shoes off, back down the side, let me get my bag, and let me switch these heels back out. And when it was time for number 41 to walk,
Hello. What did she do?
she arrived.
She ran.
But I'm just saying, the point.
Yes.
Please, it's nothing wrong with traveling with two pair. In most cases, even if I only have one pair of heels at the rehearsal in the room, there is another pair of shoes outside of my car.
Because the word of the day is options.
I have a shoe
Options.
graveyard in my car, so That's gonna always be another shoe. It's gonna be another shoe. It's always gonna be another pair of shoes I can go pull out and walk in.
Shoe graveyard.
Yeah, but you
Bring them
be
back to life.
be sure that you have that you're wearing comfortable shoes to the model call. All right, so when you get to the model call,
Yes, your etiquette.
your etiquette at the model call, keep in mind, I don't care what they told you, that you're being judged on the runway. The truth is, you're being judged from the moment that you walk in the door.
Absolutely. Somebody's watching you, and if not,
Somebody's
the
watching.
videographer gonna call you on
Done
camera.
caught
Or
it.
something. There's
Shout out to Rain.
Shout out.
Rain.
Rain's World, okay?
Rain.
Rain, you gonna win photographer of the year, okay?
Okay.
Boy, a time was had.
What?
Media news, media news. Rain has so many announcements at the model call.
We appreciate your announcement.
Thank you, Rain.
Because had they come from Kelly, that would not have been as nice.
Oh, thank you, Rain.
Yes.
But yes, when you're at the model call, just remember you're your own from the moment that you walk in the door. So watch what you do and watch what you say. I personally have seen someone be knocked off of a list for designers because of comments that they were making while other models were on the runway.
Or comments that you make online on the show producer's post and think that you're about to get picked for the show. So that's even before you get to the model call.
About what's going on, but yeah.
Comments.
Yeah, like just have some etiquette about yourself.
Absolutely.
Again, watch what you say. And watch your facial expressions. I mean, again, there's video. Everybody got their phone out. Everybody's taking photos. Everybody's taking videos, getting content, all that kind of stuff. So behave yourself, because
Not behave yourself.
when we go back and look at them videos, baby,
Wow.
The facial expression.
y'all be doing the most.
Also,
I have videos that I've cut out of my reels because the people in the background be doing the most.
And now that model call is not the time nor the place to discuss other model calls or shows, especially when the experience was not a good one.
It was unpleasant. It's not a time to discuss what happened on Facebook with certain things or people either, because you're in very much mixed company.
Very much so.
You never know who you're talking to.
Nope, you don't know who that person know, because everybody know everybody.
Everybody
obviously,
know
but
everybody in this industry, especially locally. So yeah, be careful. You don't know who has a relationship with who's worked with who in the past, who's working on a project with somebody they ain't told you about, and so forth and so on. So
Or you don't know if your name had come up to be the person to be invited into that project.
Oh,
So just saying.
just saying.
just saying.
Seen it happen.
So yeah, and bring your best foot forward, I guess. On model call day, you want to look decent.
Get rest.
Minimum to no makeup. Again, light makeup. You don't need to be very heavily beat with the makeup.
You also want to smell pleasant.
Yes.
If you have done
Yes.
5 model calls, maybe that outfit, if you didn't take it off immediately right after that first model call was done, you don't want to wear that at the 5th model call that you have done over the last 3 weeks. It's tart.
Wait, we're not washing our clothes
We're
in
not
between?
washing our clothes. We're smelling like the underarms. Our stink smelling like a bag of Funyuns. The nether regions,
I'm
as you
so
are striding
confused.
down. What is that? What does that smell? Did somebody pack a fish lunch or some tuna?
Not a fish. A fish.
Or did somebody come from the basketball game
Friday fish plate?
and they just threw the basketball shorts in the model bag and just thought,
Let's not do that.
Yeah, if you
Let's utilize our washing machines and our dryers and our local laundry mats.
and
Like
also
what?
a
And if you
local
have-
soap and a
if
rag.
if you're an athlete please have separate bags for your stuff.
Thank you. It should not
Yeah,
be smelling like
your
the
gym bag and your model bag should not be one and the same.
No, no.
Because everybody knows your gym bag is a little tart.
It's tart.
Everybody's gym bag is a little tart.
We all have excretions of juices and sweats, scents, musks.
Oh my!
All of us are
Juices
different.
and
I'm actually being good right now. This is Chris.
I'm letting them know because the one thing
It's
about it is a
juices.
person that is stink.
Juices.
A lot of the times they don't know that they stink because they're used to that smell all the time, so they don't even smell themselves. And then when they get in a closed space, the rest of us are dying because our nostril hairs and our hairline and our eyebrows are being singed off by the smell that you don't even know that you smell that way.
You're very passionate about
I
this.
am because I'm trying to recover. You see it finally growing back. It is finally growing back.
Oh my!
Hairline ain't gonna come back, but these are coming back finally. Please, ask someone. Can you just give me a smell? Take them to the side. Can you just smell me? Make sure I'm good.
No, you need to go in the bathroom and smell yourself.
But like I said, the thing
Take a
is,
bath
no.
and wash your clothes. I'm not going in the bathroom with a grown person to smell you. Ask me. Go ahead.
Smell thyself, so that thy know thy smells smells as
Put
good.
your arm down. Sabrina, put your arm down.
Right, that's a quick way to do a nice.
No, I'm really resting my arm.
Oh, I
I
thought
was
you-
like, what you talking about?
I thought you were demonstrating to like put your arm up and like.
And then be the
No,
one.
I was literally like
And then-
resting my arm. I was like, that's why I looked at you like that. Like, what are you talking about?
And then be the one.
I thought you realized you need to
that
be
when
like.
they say
no.
strike a pose,
I'm
they
so
be the ones
confused.
that when they say strike a pose, they want to be the first one with their arms up. Put your hands down.
Or the first one with their legs open.
Father, we come before thee.
So, I didn't think that
Was gonna take that
rule
turn.
number 1 and 2 was to take a bath and wash your clothes before attending any
Events
events
outside of your house.
in life.
Before you go anywhere, wash yourself.
It's
Even
hot
if you
outside.
late, wash
it's gonna be a
yourself.
hot summer. Wash yourself multiple times throughout the day. It looks like
Multiple times.
what?
Because I
You
took
should
2
keep some
showers
wipes.
yesterday.
Carry some wipes in your bag.
Y'all will
You
be
can
sick
carry
of me
body wipes.
this summer because if I attend more than one event in the same day, you're definitely gonna get a different look.
It's,
So
prepare.
I'm gonna take showers.
Sick of me.
It's like what?
Sick of me. Be prepared.
Oh, whew, okay. The etiquette. Okay.
Mhm.
So moving on. And give. Okay. So and give what you need to give. This is your time to
Sure.
be selected. Depending on how the show is set up, one of 2 things is happening. Either the show producer is selecting people for the show, and then the designers will then come in and select models from the group of models that have been selected by the show producer, or designers are actually at the model call selecting their models on site. And so this may be your only chance to where you're going to get to walk for this designer, because there are designers who will show up at the first rehearsal with a full list. These are my models.
And they don't care about
These are my models. These are my backups, and I don't care about the rest of you people.
Some of them ain't even got no backups. They just want to show the piece.
Yeah, like these are the people this is it. So you may not have another opportunity to make a good impression. So make your first impression your best impression.
As it says here on air, shout out to my bestie Lori. Thank you so much for donating this to our podcast. Yes, but as it says on air, you are on. You got to put into your mindset, shake them nerves in your car. Okay? Because when you walk in there, like we said, people are watching you. You are on. Because they can literally say, in their minds, they can say, I'm about to just pick 5 people. If you don't give your best, say that I am the best, the cream of the crop, the one
Right.
that you should select when you first walk down, you may not get a second chance.
You're not. Some of them are not going to say, okay, no, start back over and do it again.
Do it again.
No.
Or offer you the option, would anybody like to walk again?
Yeah, some of them are not going to do
Can
that.
you change your
Done.
shoes? I feel like you'll walk better in different shoes. They're not gonna give you that option either.
How embarrassing.
No, they're not.
I watched it happen 10 times. I was like, just let her walk barefoot at this point.
So, yes, we talked about kind of how to conduct yourself at a model call, but let's talk about your etiquette behind the scenes at a show or on set for a photo shoot, because some of you be out of pocket.
Ooh,
Severely.
out of pocket.
Doing the most.
Too much.
So, first and foremost, you need to arrive on time. Arrive on time. So,
Meaning early.
to be early is to be on time.
To
be on time is to be late. And to be late
Why did you even come?
Means you may do the shoot that day, but that's it.
Don't even bother coming because you're a disrespect to yourself, you're a disrespect to the brand, you're a disrespect to the whole production.
Now, if your car break down, somebody
You catch a
said,
flat
you
tire,
know,
life is life.
It's
life. You need to have open
communication.
communication. As soon as you realize that you are not going to make it to said place,
Or you
at the
may
time,
not make it.
or you may not make it on time, then you need to contact whoever you've been advised, whoever is, the contact person for the event, and let them know that you are running late. You are on the way. You are doing your best. You are coming. You found another ride.
That's why
Something.
we stress. Leave early. Don't leave to be on time.
Right.
Give yourself some time because anything could happen, especially when you're traveling down 40, 85 nowadays. Going to the greater Raleigh, going to
There's
always an
highways.
accident.
Because it don't matter how many highways they build and how many lanes they
It's
are,
gonna
it's
be
just
traffic.
always traffic.
It is a busy place. These transplants from the north, I'm one of them. It's a lot. It's a lot of traffic, a lot of cars. People are driving. It's a busy King's Highway out there.
And we want you to arrive safely, so we don't want you
Yes.
rushing. We want you to
Speeding,
get
yes.
there,
Make
but
it
we want you to arrive in one piece.
in one piece. please.
Absolutely. not in 2 pieces.
So, arrive on time. When you get there, you need to have your model bag.
Yes.
So we're gonna take a sidebar. Let's talk about what needs to be in the model bag.
Yes.
Your undergarments.
We'll do ladies first,
Mhm.
and then we'll let Chris chime in and give us for the gentlemen what they will be needing.
Yes.
So ladies, your undergarments. You need to have multiple bra options with you.
Black and nude should be the main 2.
A regular bra and a half bra.
For you who don't know half, strapless.
A strapless bra. You need to have if you have different strap options, then bring the different strap options. But most importantly, you need a basic black, a basic nude, and a strapless bra.
You should also have nipple covers. They should be black or your
Flesh
skin
toned.
toned. Yeah.
Yes.
Those are pasties, if you didn't know the
Pasties.
term.
Yes. And then you need to have undergarments. And let me just say this. I don't care what size you are. All of us need a girdle.
Shapewear.
As
Body armor.
as my grandma calls it, a good piece.
Come on, grandma terminology.
Because even the small girls, if you are small, if you wear a size 2, but when I put you on a bodycon dress, you look like you swallowed a watermelon, then I still need you to put on a shaper so that we can suck in and flatten the watermelon.
But here's the thing for y'all.
I'm just saying.
When y'all put on shapers, it looks like y'all still don't have anything on. So
Right,
it's really
you
not
don't
an
even see it.
inconvenience. You just think that I'm small, so I don't need anything extra. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, some people don't look good in your photos when
With
you
your
go back
underwear
and look at
hanging
those
up on your
garments.
belly.
And speaking of your underwear, ladies, you need to have underwear options. What was the word for the day? Options.
Black and nude.
Black and nude. You need to have a thong, And we're talking to the adults.
Right.
You need to have a thong, you need to have regular underwear, and you need to have seamless panties.
You need to have 3 colors actually. You need to have white, black, and nude.
Yes. If you already know what you're wearing beforehand, great. Then bring the pieces that you need based on what you know you're wearing.
But
However, it's nothing wrong. You can never have too many items.
because you never know, somebody might not show up and you might be the same size, and what you need for them you didn't bring.
Yeah, you might get pulled to walk. Something may go wrong with your particular outfit. You might need something different, and all of those good things. So make sure you have those things. We'll let Chris cover the items for the guys, and then we'll cover like other basics that you should throw in your bag.
Okay. Fellows.
Chris bought examples.
I have examples of what should be in your model bag. So, we're gonna let's talk about it. We have underwear. You wanna have your basic black pair of, shout out to Savage Fenty.
Fenty.
Yes, thank you, Riri. It's a lot of Fenty up in here. And I have some on too. So you wanna have your basic boxer briefs. This is a good example. You can also have the basic white.
Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein, shout out to CK. CK1. Your briefs, white, black. Those are the basic colors that you want to have. These are boxer briefs or trunks or even the whitey tighties. These.
Because some designers do call for those type of
Some of them
underwear.
Yeah,
It's rare, but you never
what you're
know.
gonna end up wearing.
A white tank top as well too, because especially if you are going to be wearing a dress shirt, you don't want to be sweating and things like that, and then that seep through and be shown in all the pictures that you were just sweating like a hog in a hot summer day.
And it's white,
Mm-hmm.
like
White.
out the pack,
See?
white, crisp.
Crisp,
Out
clean.
the pack was the key.
But I've worn this, and you see that I know how to do my laundry and keep my whites white. So yes, a white tank top. You also you gotta have some black briefs too. Those are nice to have. And then you also want to have a white t-shirt as well too. White t-shirt, crisp, white, pressed, not wrinkled, balled up. Also, you want to make sure that you have a black tank top as well too for the options. You also want to make sure that you have a black t-shirt as well too. These are also items that we were talking about when you go to model calls. You see, this is clean. This is a little wrinkle, but it's been in my bag. But of course, if I was to go somewhere, it would be clean and pressed, neat, wrinkle free.
Chris is giving that me and Crystal didn't come prepared.
You also want to have a pair of jeans. Blue jeans is what you want to wear. You see that they are not ashy, they're not whitewashed, they're not tie-dye. These are nice, classic blue jeans is what you need to have. Okay? Want to have some of those. Also, the black pants. I strongly suggest that they are dress pants. Okay? Not skinty jeans, not anything like that, not slim fit. Some nice fitting dress pants. Okay? Black is what you want to have. Then we also said your shoe wear. This is a good example of the type of shoe that you want to have. Something nice, simple, elegant, not ashy, not dirty, not unpolished. A black shoe.
Not falling apart.
Hello, somebody. Also, you want to make sure that you have also another option. Chelsea boots are nice too, but you also got to make sure that they're clean and not looking dusty like some people look in life as well too. You want to make sure that you come prepared. Now, for the spicy gentleman or for the more well-rounded gentleman, you also may want to have a thong. Either a classic black, classic white, because you never know the type of garment that you are going to be wearing. Men have draw line too, the panty line. Okay?
Especially them dress pants.
It could be shown. So you want a nice sleek look. So you never know. It's good to have. And also your socks. This is a pair of nice black dress socks. They match. Okay? The colors of both of them are the same. They're clean. You also want to make sure that you have a pair of white socks as well too that are also clean. I like to also have these in here. These are the footy socks too. That depending on the type of shoe that you're gonna wear, these are nice to have, especially like if you're wearing urban wear, such as like these, like what I have right now. Shout out to Nicki Minaj and Low-Key. Yes, nice sock to have. And you also want to make sure that you have your bare necessities as well too. This is a nice simple pack that you can have. I've got deodorant in here to make sure that you aren't smelling funky. I've got Vaseline in here because some of us moisturize every day. Other people just moisturize when somebody tells them, oh, you look a little ashy, you look a little white, or you just feel a little dry. So Vaseline is good to have, or make sure that you have a moisturizer. Shout out to Fenty Skin. I've got the moisturizer in here as well too. I have a facial wash as well as a facial moisturizer. I also have Listerine because you should not be chewing gum when you come to model calls, during shows. You shouldn't be chewing gum when you're at rehearsals. The gum should be in the trash, not looking like a cow in the field in the pasture just chewing cud.
Or look like my goats at home.
Spit it out. So you want to keep your breath fresh, definitely. So a little small travel size Listerine is good. And also for fellas, you might want to say, oh, I don't wear no makeup and things like that. You don't want to be shining, just greasy looking in your photos. So some simple powder foundation that you can just pat dry to make sure that you aren't just beaming and looking like you just came out of the womb fresh with the placenta juice on there, shining bright.
Sidebar, the Glam Squad does not mind if the fellas come to us and say, hey, can you take the shine off of my face? A lot of male models do that.
Or cover up their blemishes.
Or cover up their blemishes. And there's nothing wrong with it. You're not looked at sideways. We don't think that you're funny or anything like that. It's a part.
Professional.
It's giving professional.
Yep.
It's giving production. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
So also for the ladies, for your heel options, we didn't cover that. For your heel options, you need to make sure that you have your black, your nude, your clear. Of course, if your designer has asked for a particular color, particular style of shoe, then you need to have that. If you know that you're wearing some type of gown, then you need to have dressy, elegant shoes that you can still walk in on the runway.
Not your shoe that Trixie wear on the stripper pole.
Right. And they need to be high enough for the garment, the split, and all that great stuff. As well as for the ladies. It is also, even if hair and makeup is provided for a show, if you know that you have to use certain products on your hair, you should travel with those products.
Yep.
If they say come barefaced and hair washed and blow dried or washed and straightened clean, they mean wash your hair.
Say it again.
Wash your hair.
That doesn't mean wash it and then put some more product
And
in
then
it.
put product in it, right. They mean wash it and completely blow dry it out
Leave
as
it.
straight as you can get it. If you need to flat iron it with no product. Don't put any product because that's going to hinder what they're able to do once you get on set. If they asked you for the models to come barefaced, that does not mean wash your face and then put on a tinted moisturizer and then come sit in my makeup chair.
Because they're going to wipe it off.
Get out. Or introduce yourself to my makeup wipes. Hello?
Hello.
And I just want to add an aside here, ladies and gentlemen. It is always safe and also fair to go to the producer if you have a particular hair type and you're looking at production and production doesn't necessarily look like you, behind the scene glam squad doesn't necessarily look like you. It is a safe thing to ask them, okay, is someone here that is going to be able to manage and style this type of hair that I have? If not, can you give me the options of let me go get my hair professionally done so that it falls in line with what you're still looking for, so that way we're not struggling, we're not having people spray water and mousse on natural hair and thinking that
wondering why it's getting bigger.
It's gonna revert.
you're just gonna throw you on the runway. You don't know what you're doing.
It's gonna revert.
I'm sorry, we're different. You thought my hair, you was gonna with the water?
Too much.
No.
Now, if you want curls out of this, absolutely spray all the water you want. But if you want
Right.
something like this, no water.
If you
Please no
have
water.
natural hair and that's what the show producer or whatever asked you for, some people do say, you know, come in your natural curls. By all means, wash your hair, mousse it up, fluff your curls. Let's get full, you know, give us the full look. I want the full mane if that's what they asked for. But again, those are conversations that you have prior to show day.
Yep.
And then, speaking of your items that you have in your bags, when you talk lotions and moisturizers, you need to have unscented lotions or body butters or whatever
Deodorants.
that you're putting, deodorants. You need original scent, no scent items, so that you don't want Bath and Body Works and you go put on somebody's garment and then now the garment smells like your Bath and Body Works scent.
And you'll sweat.
And you know, that's just too much. That's not, you shouldn't do that. That's a part of your etiquette.
If your clothes are being literally bought off of your back as you come down the runway, then we'll
That
say,
part.
oh, I got this smell that model. Oh, okay.
That part.
No.
Because some designers will allow you to buy the piece right off the runway.
Yes.
Fellas, don't come down here smelling like Polo. Okay, the colognes and things like that.
We don't
scratch
need it.
No. Ladies too, for perfume. We don't need you to come smelling like Gucci Bloom coming down the runway.
You smell amazing.
Or
Yes,
Dolce and
'cause that
Gabbana.
smell lovely.
But we don't want the piece to then smell like that when you
Right.
take it off.
No.
It's not, this is not your moment.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes right back into the model etiquette part. So that a respect of the designer's garment, part of that is to not wear, you know, heavily scented items that is going to leave the scent or that could, you know, cause issues with the garment. As well as when you are on set with a designer behind the scenes for a show, for a photo shoot, when a designer provides you their piece, you need to give them back their piece in the way in which they gave it to you. If they handed you their piece on a hanger, respectfully put the piece back on the hanger.
If you can find a hanger.
And-
And sometimes hangers do walk away.
Yeah, if you go back to where the designer is, ask them for a hanger. Or if they have an assistant, if they say, hand them to me, lay them on the table, put them in the chair, do what they asked you to do. But let me tell you what you don't do. You do not take the piece and throw it on the floor.
No.
You don't ball it up and just throw it in their corner. You can kindly fold it and hand it back to them. You can kindly fold it and lay it across their rack. I have seen them be more acceptable to that because
You
sometimes
don't-
the hangers do
Yeah.
disappear.
You don't change clothes for your next look and just throw their piece on the floor like it is yesterday's trash.
And you also don't remove that piece as if it is your own. Keep in mind,
But
this is
you're-
art that this designer took their time to create. You don't need to, I need to get into my next piece and start ripping things that people have taken their time and energy.
Oh, I thought you were
And
going
money.
another route with that.
Oh,
I was
yes.
going the route of
that one too.
what you're not going to do
Mm-hmm.
is take this piece and put it in your model bag
Oh,
and think that you're about to take this piece home with you.
Unless it's been previously
And
discussed.
unless
that
the
it's your
designer
piece.
told you that, and y'all have already talked about that, but I have seen this happen
oh.
where I have been traveling with a male designer and go into the female room to collect the items. And why? I'm sorry. Those gray pants hanging out of your bag says Studio B. Let me get those because those don't belong to you.
Like this mentality, I wore it.
I was
walk away
so
with it.
baffled.
What?
I mean, it's my payment. No,
No,
it's not.
No.
I just sit by and watch, y'all. I've done a lot of watching.
It took everything that day for me not to walk over to her and ask her, "How is your like? Why would you just gonna put the man pieces in your bag?"
Absolutely.
Without asking.
And that is. I have seen people break Sasha's headpieces by taking them and just throwing them on the table.
Oh my gosh. Disrespectful.
The disrespect.
The audacity.
And some people, some models, you don't understand why you did one show with a designer or a show producer and you were never invited to work with them again.
Never asked them.
And you weren't disrespectful. You didn't verbally say anything to anybody. You took nice photos. You had a good walk and all of those things. But did you stop and think about how you treated the garment?
That was the disrespect.
That was the disrespect. That's not putting the piece back on the hanger, throwing it on the floor, the shirt, pushing it at the assistant. Wait a minute.
Because I push back.
Did you just push me?
We understand that behind the scenes with backstage, it can be hectic. It's busy. You got to do the Wonder Woman and Wonder Man changes into the next garments. But always keep in your mind respect and use your brain. Take a minute. Ask someone, hey, can you help me please get out of this so I can get into my neck? Versus you just making a oopsie. And then we never ever see you again.
But changing between scenes is not the time for you to stop and keep the current garment on to get content. You need to be changing for the next scene, especially if you're in the next scene, because now you're in the way of the other models and you're holding up the show.
Unfortunately, you're not gonna get any behind the scenes content in this piece. Sorry,
like because you're holding up the show.
No.
And when you hold up the show, that's a whole nother story.
yes, a whole nother situation.
It happen.
But all of this goes into your model etiquette behind the scene and on set. You have to be respectful of the next person in line, whether it's the next person or designer that's next to take their photos, or the next person that's lining up, or whatever the case may be. Like, get it on back in here, go over to your space and take this piece off, get on the next piece, or whatever. If you are not able to do quick changes, be honest with yourself and your designers and let them know, I cannot do quick changes. Maybe they can work with you. Maybe you don't do the flood for the first designer, so you have time to go ahead and start putting on your piece.
Or maybe you people to help you.
Or maybe maybe they have people. There's assistants, there's backstage hands, and all of that. Maybe they will bring the second piece. I've done this 1,000 times. They will bring the second piece and be ready for you to walk off the runway. And I mean, swallow your pride, baby. I'm changing clothes right here in the hallway.
And also,
I
that brings up a very good point, Crystal Alexis. Okay, when you behind scenes for the adults, okay, we all pretty much have the same body parts. So, and we like to call ourselves family.
Professionals.
So, fellas, that would not be the time to be oogling and looking at everything and everyone as they are trying to change and as they are getting naked in front of you. How cringe.
Stop gawking at me.
Well, here's what I'm going to say,
How perverted.
because I'm the different one. If you go, get your eye full and go on about your business, because I'm trying to get dressed and you in the way.
Don't gawk at me.
Have some decorum.
They don't know
It's
how.
not a free show.
They don't know how.
And that goes for ladies too. You could bird watching.
Every time.
Let me see. They didn't change into the swimsuit.
Oh, I'm going in there.
I only harass the men who want me to harass them.
I'm going. You think you need help?
Consent
Exactly.
is a thing.
Consent is a thing. Would you like help putting your baby oil on?
Would you like help putting your baby oil on?
No, I do not.
But you want to offer the assistance.
Have.
I need help because it's spots I can't
Did.
reach.
And
I'm
will
just
again.
And will again.
See, y'all see
I
that
just
double
said-
standard that she just created. It's just terrible.
But this is the thing. I asked for permission.
You did consent.
I wasn't gawking at anyone, and I said, "Do you need help putting on the baby oil in the?" Sabrina, don't look at me like that. You were helping me.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
but I
might-
ain't asked. I just.
I asked. Sabrina, you were helping me, so stop staring.
No, I
at me.
said I went and just started doing that. I ain't asked. They were just like, "Come on."
See, yeah, I have respect because if you walk up to me and just start touching me, we probably gonna fight.
It
That
dep-
year.
look, y'all.
But-
It just depends on who it is. Real
So-
talk, no tea.
I'm trying to think. None of y'all are getting a pass. I'm sorry.
Depends on who you are.
None of y'all are getting a pass. I don't have anyone that's getting a pass. I'm sorry. Anyway.
I'm wishing on a dream to find out what it means.
Do not turn on the extra. Do not.
Rainbows that I see, wishing all the things I knew we'd never be. I never thought I'd see.
Sing.
So far away from me.
Shout out to because I think these women are deceased. I think that's either Denise Williams or Minnie Riperton.
Beyonce did the updated version a couple of years ago.
I
No,
cannot.
you did not.
I cannot. To the family of Denise Williams and Minnie Riperton, on behalf of Chris, I apologize.
Right.
These women were remarkable.
Ooh. So yes, backstage. Have some etiquette about yourselves. Okay, so we've talked about
Chris.
throwing garments, being respectful of garments when it comes to the designers, and things
respectful
like
of
that.
time.
Being respectful of time,
Yes.
being on time, getting your outfit off, getting it on to the next production, the next designer.
Time and place to do BTS.
Time and place to do BTS.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, okay. So, you went over to Glam Squad.
Mm.
You got your hair and your makeup done.
Mm.
You don't like it.
Ooh.
There's no nice way for me to put it. I can't say it.
Okay,
Real talk.
so let's sidebar. Let's sidebar. We have been on set,
Yes.
and the makeup artist, color blending was not her thing. And when she got finished with that young lady's face, you know how
Which one we
Willie,
talking about?
when the girl face was orange?
Listen,
You know
I
how-
had a front row seat.
You know how Willie walked in the Choco Factory when they ate the blueberries and they turned blue in the face?
Baby girl looked like she ate an orange, and she was
Girl,
just
look
like,
how orange you look.
she was just like, oh my god, this looks so good, and I'm sitting there,
We were like,
I'm
are you
sitting there
sure?
like, no.
are you positive?
And the show producer came by. She looked, baby, you orange. Really? Who did your makeup? And I'm sitting there like,
Baby. So if there is a situation where you are not living in
Orange.
delusion and you see your face and it is a totally different color,
or for us dark skinned people, if you look dead,
if
baby, you are not going to coffin.
casket ready.
You need to go get that fixed.
This fall, we are now promoting our lines with the new colors ash, pewter, charcoal.
No, for
No.
real, there is a whole palette that they use at the funeral home, but you don't want that palette.
No.
The
Undead palette? Palette of the undead?
We're gonna end this right here, right now,
So-
because I am so done with Christopher Brown.
If you look in the mirror and the makeup is completely off, that's different. But there is a right and wrong way to also handle that. If you can grab the show producer, if there is executive producer, if there's show hands behind the scenes, assistants who are helping, go to them and say, to bring them to the side and say, please look at my makeup, and this is not the color of my skin. Hold on. 90% of the time, 99% of the time, because we've seen it behind the scenes, they will take you back to makeup to have it redone. If your hair looks completely just out of this world,
if you look like Angelica's doll,
we've seen the executive producer have. I mean, one year the pony.
Angelica's doll.
Brenda? Is that her name? What's her name? The doll. Is that
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Look just like a black version of Cynthia.
A
Listen.
black Cynthia?
Yes.
A lot going on.
So they were rocking a Coolio.
But shout out to the executive producers for getting that together.
Yeah, that was
So you had your hand up?
So here's what you cannot, absolutely, positively cannot do. You cannot go in the bathroom and fix your makeup.
Oh, I was getting there.
Because what you now do is you're going to fade into the background when the lights hit you, because the lights have to hit you a certain way and the makeup has to be a
It's
certain
disrespectful.
Well, outside of it being that, your shit.
Again,
your
if you
stuff.
don't
Jesus.
like it, not liking it and it being wrong is two different things.
It's not for you to like.
If it is the look that was asked for by the show producer or designer, then it is what it is. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that you can go change it.
Or you don't want to sit and wait for hair and makeup, so you go in the bathroom and do your own. Unacceptable. I don't care who you are. Because I went to the bathroom and watched it. I just stood there and watched them do their makeup and hair.
So yeah, if you don't have permission from the designers and show producers to do those kind of things, then you shouldn't be doing that. And again, there are situations where a designer or a show producer is going to say, you know, take care of this, or we're running out of time, go ahead and, you know, base your face, put your foundation on, or whatever the case may be. But you only do those things under instruction of such. And it's always a good idea to have, some shows ask you to bring your foundation, some shows don't, but it is always a good idea, especially for the ladies, that you have gone and been color matched and you have your own foundation.
But 9 times out of 10 with shows that are professionally done in the background, everybody has time to get their hair and makeup done. And they have room for things need to be touched up and fixed, because we've ate after we've gotten our hair and makeup done, so our lips, our eyes may need to be touched up. So yeah.
So have some good etiquette about yourself and handle those situations correctly, keeping in mind, yes, as models, we all agree that you can't have a show without the models. But the models as well, you need to be respectful and know that you are here to execute a vision. So if hair and makeup, if they want deep, black, heavy, thick makeup, smoky, then that's what you're getting. And they want spiky, bushy hair, then that's what you're gonna get. And after the show, wipe it off and brush your hair out.
But
It
you're
is
not
what it
too
is.
good to be replaced.
Yes.
Or not walk again. They'll just get somebody else.
We only saw you one time, one and done. There goes your
Be
career.
like one of those one-hit wonder artists that be out here.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Other things. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna say, because you talked about food. So if you are gonna bring your own snacks, they need to be light refreshments, like a granola bar, a protein bar, water, things like that. And also, you do
When
not
y'all come
eat
backstage
in the
with these
garment.
whole soul food plates,
platters.
y'all so wrong.
And you gonna be bloated.
You shouldn't even be eating all of that before you get on the runway.
No.
You
Do
gonna be
you know
bloated.
this stuff comes through your pores?
Be out there sweating for no reason.
Half asleep, your lazy eye just looking
Like a salad,
completely
a
asleep.
salad,
Salada.
a salad,
Some fruit, a fruit
some
cup.
fruit, a small
Yeah,
sandwich.
something, 'cause we don't
Like
want you to
yes,
pass
we
out.
do be there all day,
Yes. We don't
and
want you to pass
we
out,
support you
shouldn't
bringing
get
you
low.
something.
Popcorn, chips,
Small, light
cookies, something that's
Light.
gonna give you
energy.
life.
But you should never, ever, ever be eating in a designer's garment.
No. No, 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 no.
I don't care how careful you
It
are.
is a good idea to have a robe with you.
Mm-hmm.
Put
A
your
smock.
robe on. A
That
smock
goes in your
A
model
bib.
bag.
that goes in your model bag. Yes, that you keep with you at all times. Because you never know, you may be over here. This designer have you fitted, and you got to walk across the room. This, that, and third. Throw your robe on. Other things about having a little model etiquette. So there's 10 designers in the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are finished walking at designer number 7. There's 3 designers to go. You're all packed up and you're ready to go. Do not walk through the show with your bags and suitcases and items in the middle of these people's production. You are disrespectful.
And that is disrespectful to everybody on board. The photographers, the videographers, the models, the patrons that have come there to see the show, and the designers.
If there is not a back door exit where you cannot go out of a side door, back hallway, where you are not walking through the actual production.
Sit down and wait.
Well, in all honesty, if you know that the show ends at 10, you should probably be banking on staying there the entire
Staying
time.
there the whole
Because
time.
now you're missing time to network.
Yeah.
Because that's the perfect time to talk to the designers.
And then some of you also say, oh, nobody got a picture of me, nobody got a video of me. Well, if you network in the audience and somebody liked how you presented yourself as you were modeling the garment.
I get all my videos.
Oh, I got this video of you. How can I get your
Mhm.
info and send it to you so that you can see yourself? Because if the auntie and cousin and them ain't in the audience, and you don't even know how you did, how you look.
Right. So,
And
Have-
also with my
have some couth.
Have some couth. And don't be hounding media as soon as the producer says, thank you so much for coming and good night. Hounded the photographer. Oh, I need my photos.
it is not your job to reach out to them to ask them for photos because you did not pay them or invite them to be there. The show producer will get the photos either to you directly or to your designer, and your designer will then give them to you. And if you are questioning how that process is going to go, before the show is a good time to ask that question. Most shows, that final rehearsal before the show, they give a whole slew
And they
of
cover that.
show day expectations. There are messages sent. There are emails sent that give you everything you need to know. And at the end, they say, if you need to know something else, reply to this or comment to this person, reach out to that person, such and such and such and such. So before the show is a good day to clear up all of these said questions, because some of them don't have a time frame with the photographers as to how long they're taking to get photos back or what have you. So a week from now, you're reaching out to the photographer is now upset.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
Or irritated.
Wait.
Or irritated.
Just wait.
Just
Have some
wait.
patience.
And then
Mustard seed.
after the show, faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
And then after the show, once you do get your photos back, when you start posting your videos, out of respect for everyone involved, tag the show, tag the designers, tag the photographers. If it was a video sent to you from a professional videographer, tag them as well. Again, just out of respect for everyone. And not to imply that I'm only talking to the models. Photographers,
Hello.
tag me.
Please. Is it too much to ask?
_ Crystal Alexis.
Christopher.model.
So y'all know me.
So, yeah, a tag would be nice. Now, I'm cool with some of the photographers are just like, hey guys, I got 500 photos. Here's the first 100.
Boom.
Yo,
Boom.
have it.
Find yourself.
Mhm.
That's fine. But don't start posting photos and tag this person
Mhm.
over here today and then post my photo tomorrow and don't tag me. Respect me the same way you respected the model yesterday. Let's keep the same energy.
Keep the same energy.
Same energy.
Same level of
Tag the
respect.
designer and tag the model. Thanks.
I've seen one photographer, like, he'll message me and ask, well, who is such and such? I don't know. But when he do post them, you know, he still sets up the post like he does for everybody else, but he'll say, if you know this person, please tag them.
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that as well. We do understand that everybody don't know everybody, and that is a way for you to get to know that person. Somebody will pop in the comments. Somebody's gonna tag people, right? So, and that will give you the opportunity to now know who that person is the next time you post their work. Yeah. That's all I got.
That's all I got too.
You got anything else?
Absolutely not.
All right. So if you have any questions about anything as far as getting ready for a model call, getting ready for to be behind the stage, behind the stage at a show, things like that, feel free to ask us.
Or ask in the comments below.
In the comments below, put your comments, ask any questions that you may have. We'll be happy to answer any questions that we possibly can for you. And we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Real Talk.
No tea.
Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and to subscribe on YouTube.
And share.
And please, yes, like, comment, share.
Sharing is caring.
And if you're already a follower, we thank you so much for following and sticking around with us. But definitely hit that bell so that way you know as soon as a new episode is ready,
You'll be the first to find out.
You'll be the first to find out.
So thanks, guys.